All right, this is part 2 of the review. Part 2 of the review, so I'm going to start at number 12 here. So for this one right here, I'm looking, and it says use calculator to find the value, the function value. Now, is there anywhere where it says 0 to 90 degrees?
No.
Does it say find theta? No. So that means you just enter it in the calculator as is. So in my calculator, it says cosecant of 7 degrees, 15 minutes, and close that one, hit enter, and it's going to be 7. Now you got to look really closely. Look really closely because it is being rounded. So it's going to be 7.92399. 7.922, nope. 7.924, nope. 7.925, nope. 7.923, there we go, right there. So you have to be very careful at the rounding because it says 7 decimal places. Let's take a look at next one. So this next one right here says find theta. Find theta. When it says find theta, I have to do the inverse. So class, let's try it again. Find the angle, you have to do the inverse. Thank you. So let's take a look. So it's going to be inverse cosine of 0.19227 78.91 blah blah blah. So that's only going to be C. C is the only one I have there. Yeah. Huh? No, it's my computer. My computer has a low memory.
Low memory?
All right. So let's take a look at number 13 now.
We just did 13.
I'm sorry, 14. Sorry. Forgive me. All right, this problem right here. Now, can I enter this one in the calculator?
Yes.
Why?
Because there's no reciprocals.
No reciprocals. There's no secant, cosecant, cotangent. So if I don't have any of those, I can put it all in. And if I get one of those, what would I have to do? Do the left side, do the right side, and then compare. So this one, let's enter it in. So it's going to be cosine 2 times 180 degrees close equals 2 times cosine 180 degrees. Okay, make sure you plug it in correctly. I had a lot of people earlier today, they didn't close the parentheses at the right spot over here before the equal sign. And a bunch of them just got it wrong because of that. So you have to be very careful about it. Hit enter, and my answer is false. So calculator will do it for you as long as you know how to plug it in. Questions over that?
No.
Okay, yes.
Am I the only one hearing that pain?
No, you're not, bro. You're not crazy.
It's freaking me out. What is it?
Is it still there?
No, it's not. No.
I just heard it again.
I heard something, but okay, sorry. Anyway, let's take a look at this one right here. Number 15. Number 15. Are we trying to find the angle?
Yes.
Yes, so I have to do the... So, inverse cotangent. One 1.596378. Close it. 32.17. 32.17. There we go. Yes.
I put tangent, the inverse of tangent, and I got the same thing.
Then you just got lucky.
Really?
It says cotangent, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It says Nope.
I can't do that? I shouldn't do that?
You should not. Okay? Because if you start messing with that, then you have to do the reciprocal of it. And you don't want to.
What if I put tangent, 1 divided by...
You can. You can, but the calculator does it here for you. So I don't want you to mess it up by setting it up wrong. Okay? Yes.
What if you've got a calculator that doesn't have cotangent?
Then you would have to do like she said. It's 1 divided by. So as you do inverse tangent, it would be 1 divided by your value.
What would you do if it doesn't even have inverse?
Okay, then you need a new calculator.
Pretty good at that.
Yes.
Inverse is what you do, right? The opposite? It's called the inverse?
Inverse is to the -1 power. Yes.
Where can we get these at?
Walmart. They're about 120 at Walmart. Okay, let's take a... So right here for this problem right here for number 16, I have values given to me, so I need to try and look very closely. I need to find 3 of the values. But let's take a look. Now, I have that capital B is going to be 60 degrees, 36 minutes. Little b is 21. Now, for this one right here, can I figure out big A?
Yeah.
How would I do it?
90 minus 60 degrees, 26 seconds.
Okay, so now, I'm going to show you a trick here. If it's multiple choice, that, and that, are they all the same?
Yeah.
So, since they're all the same, it's going to make it really easy. So what's my angle going to be?
29 degrees, 24 minutes.
Right? So I can't eliminate any of the answers just by that. So I'm going to go through and try and eliminate some of the answers. Now, we're going to try and find for A, but I always want to use the angle given to me, right? You always want to use that one. So from that angle, this side is, and this side, opposite adjacent, what ratio? So I have tan.
60 degrees, 36 seconds.
Yeah, 60 degrees,
minutes, whatever.
36 minutes is equal to 21 over A. Now, you guys should have done enough of these at this point to know that you would multiply both sides by A, and then you would end up having to divide both sides by tan 60, 36, right? So, since I know you've done enough of these that you can go that A has to equal 21 over tan 60 degrees, 36 minutes, right? So, by doing the algebra, you could isolate it, and so you end up with A is this. So, calculate that, please. 11.8. 11.8. So now, by calculating that, can I get rid of some of my answers?
Yeah.
I can get rid of A and C. So now, these two right here, I have to solve for this one here, right? So these two are actually really different. They're really different from each other, aren't they? Okay, so now what could I use to try and find my missing side of a right triangle? Pythagorean theorem. So Pythagorean theorem, so that's going to be C, right? So what's the shortcut method?
C equals square root of 21 squared
21 squared plus, there we go. So that's the shortcut method. You guys could actually go through and do the whole Pythagorean theorem if you want. So, plug it in the calculator. Hold on. For the sake of my video, I want to actually just do this one. So, square root of 21 squared plus, right here. And so I get about 24.1. So my answer has to be, it has to be B, right? Because D is not correct because this is what they have for the C value. Yes?
Did you flip A over 21 because of angle B?
No?
No?
Are you saying this math right here?
Yes.
Okay. I'll show you. We kind of, since we've done probably 100 of these in the last, couple weeks, I kind of skipped some steps. So we could say that tan of 60 degrees 36 minutes is equal to 21 over A, right? Okay, can you see that? Raw. Okay. So multiply both sides by A. So I'm going to get A times tan 60 degrees 36 minutes is equal to 21, right?
Oh, no, what I'm asking is that how do you get 21 over A?
Isn't that opposite over adjacent?
How did you know it was tangent?
Okay, so now, is this given to me?
Yeah.
Which one am I trying to solve for?
C.
Yeah, I was trying to solve, so since I started with this one, right? You're always going to use this one here. Since I have to use that one, and I'm trying to solve for this one, I want to use tangent. That's why I have opposite and adjacent. Does that make sense now? Make sense?
So what you're saying is that the reason why you would start with 21 is because of that angle, 60.
From this angle, right? From this angle,
Right.
that's your reference angle. So that means that that one is going to be the opposite side and that one's going to be the adjacent side. If we wanted to solve for C, it would be a different ratio. But I wanted to solve for A first.
Oh, okay, I understand.
Okay? All right. So now let's take a look. So I'm going to go to the next one, number 17. On number 17, it's the same type of question, but I need to draw my own triangle. Draw my own triangle, so I have, it says C is a 90 degrees. There's a big C, little c. Now, you could put A and B over here. You could switch them, it's fine. So I'm going to put A here and B here. Now, opposite big A is going to be little a. So that's little a. Opposite big B, little b. There we go. So now, my values I have is going to be right here. So little a is 1.8. Little b is 1.4. Now, there's a lot of things I could try and find here. So let's go ahead and start with,
Little c.
okay, you want to solve with little c?
Yeah.
So Pythagorean theorem is little c, right? So little c is equal to the square root of 1.8 squared plus 1.4 squared, right?
2.3. We round it to the nearest.
It says round to one decimal point, doesn't it?
I was reading this one.
Okay, so let me make sure it's still there. All right, so square root of 1.8 squared plus 1.4 squared. So it's going to be 2.3, right? Okay, so little c is about 2.3. I took the square root already. I already did the square root of that. So 2.3. So let's see if I could get rid of some of my answers. I can get rid of A, can't I? So now I have all the sides. I'm going to make A my reference angle because I want to solve for that one. So making A my reference angle. So you want to use the sides that are given to you, right? This side's given and this side's given, right? So since they're both given to you, this side is the, and that is opposite adjacent, what ratio? So I'm going to have tangent of theta is equal to 1.8 over 1.4, right? Okay, so now if I'm trying to find the angle, I have to do the inverse. There we go. So inverse tan of 1.8 1.4. So it's going to be about 52.1. So A is about 52.1 degrees, right? So let's take a look.
You cross out B and D.
I can get rid of B and I can get rid of D, right? So my answer has to be. So as long as you're doing process of elimination, we don't have to do all of it. We don't have to do all of it there. Are we good over there? Angel? Okay. All right, so let's take a look at 17 then. Or I'm sorry, 18. Sunny day, sweeping the... Never mind. All right, so what should I always do when I get these type of questions? Draw a picture. So I'm going to draw my tree.
Are we getting scratch paper on the test?
Sure.
Whatever you want.
There we go. So there's my shadow, right? Says sunny day, the tree and its shadow form sides of a right triangle. Right triangle. The hypotenuse is 40 meters. And the tree is 32 meters tall. Now it says, how long is the shadow? So the shadow is going to be right here, isn't it? Okay, so now if I have two sides of a right triangle, I'm going to use what? There we go, Pythagorean theorem. So is this one could either be A or B, right? Okay, so we know it's not the C, so the formula could be, let's call it a B. So B is equal to the square root of
C minus 40.
C minus, right? So it's going to be 40 squared minus,
32 squared.
there we go. So I'm just doing the shortcut method. You could do the whole Pythagorean theorem if you want to. So plug that in the calculator. And it is square root of 40 squared minus 32 squared. My answer is 24. So it's going to be
24 meters.
24 meters. So my answer comes out to be letter A. Okay, number 19. Number 19 is similar to 18. This one already gives you the shape. So what am I looking for? How wide is the river? So is that going to be A to B, or is it going to be B to this over here? A to B. So I'm going to put an X right there. Now, if this is my reference angle, here, this side is the opposite, and I have opposite adjacent is tan.
55 degrees.
55 is equal to
X over 105.
X over 105. Now, what am I going to do to both sides here? Multiply both sides by 105. So I get 105 times tangent 55 is equal to X.
Which is 149.
So 105 times tangent 55 degrees. Make sure you force that degrees. So I'm going to come up with 149.95. So it's about, so X is going to be about 150. So to the nearest foot. So my answer is A.
You see approximately?
Yeah, it's approximately because we have to round to the nearest foot. Yeah.
Just a symbol. I looked at those challenge too. There's also ladies, something like that.
Okay. All right. So draw pictures. So I have building. So I have a building here and I have a ladder. So here's the ground. There's my ladder. And it says, how long's the ladder? So that goes right here, right? 39 feet. Now, if the ladder makes an angle of 23 degrees, 41 minutes with the side of the building, so it's going to be right here. So it makes it with the side of the building right here. Okay, how far up from the ground does the ladder make contact with the building? So that's going to be this value right here, isn't it? So I have this angle. I'm going to put in a theta because I can't really fit all that in there. So this is my angle of reference, right? So if this is my angle of reference, that means that from here, this side is adjacent. Adjacent hypotenuse is cosine. So I'm going to have cosine of my angle, which is 23 degrees, 41 minutes, is equal to x over 39. Multiply both sides by
39.
So 39 times cosine 23 degrees 41 minutes is equal to x.
35.7.
So 39 times cosine 23 degrees 41 minutes. Close it, enter. So 35.715. So it comes out and it says round to the hundredths place. 35.72. So it's not that, it's not that, not that. 35.72. There you go. All right.